And then I felt a pop, and she stood at the foot of my bed, and she told me my son had been decapitated during childbirth. I thought I was going in for a C-section. I was put on a bed, and the doctor told me to push. I didn't quite understand what she was meaning, because I thought I was going for a C-section. I didn't feel like I was in labour. I was only 2 to 3 centimetres dilated. She kept on, push, push, we've got to get this baby out, push. She cut my cervix twice. I didn't have any pain relief. I was crawling up the bed to get away from her, only to be brought back down the bed. 2 or 3 times that happened. I was in that much pain. I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. But I remember thinking to myself, you have to keep yourself calm. They know what they're doing. Listen to the doctors. You're in the hospital. They know what they're doing. And then I felt a pop. And I thought I'd delivered my son. I didn't feel anything between my legs. And I thought, oh, right, okay, I've done it. And everybody in the room just sort of panicked. The woman at my head was shouting, speaking to the girl that was holding my hand, asking her to do something. The girl that was holding my hand gave me the feeling of, I'm just going to stand here and I'm going to hold this woman's hand. People were rushing about, and then I was told to push again. And I'm thinking to myself, why do I have to push again? I've done it. And then I was put to sleep. Dr. Laxman came in, and she sat on my bed at the right-hand side, and she told me how sorry she was. And I didn't realise at that point what had happened. I just thought nature had taken its course, sort of thing. I didn't realise the injuries my son had or anything like that. I was only 25 weeks, so I'm thinking, for whatever reason this hasn't worked, it's not anybody's fault. So I took her hand and I told her that I forgive her and that I understand. And then she went away. A wee while later, another doctor came in, and she stood at the foot of my bed, and she told me my son had been decapitated during childbirth. And I lost it, completely lost it. I was crying, I was screaming, don't bring him in here, I don't want to see him. Because I didn't know what she would be bringing in. She just told me my baby's been decapitated. And then she told me that I'd had a caesarean. And I'm thinking to myself, that's what I wanted, that's what was meant to happen in the first place. Why did I have a caesarean? And she told me that they gave me a caesarean section because they needed to get my son's head out. My son's head was still trapped inside my body. She then told me that she'd fixed him. She'd gave him some sort of small stitches and made him presentable so I could see him. So he was brought in. He was on a tiny little board, a blue padded board, and I was told to be very careful with him because he was so delicate because of the injuries that he'd sustained. He was on a board, I couldn't hold him properly. I didn't feel my son in my arms, I felt a board. That was my baby. That's my child. And I can't even hold him properly.
Why did you decide to put Stephen's ashes in the teddy?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know where it come from. It was just, I didn't want to bury him. I was not putting my son in the ground. It just came. Don't know where it came from, don't know why, but I just thought, I'm going to put his ashes in the teddy, because then that way I can get a cuddle whenever I want. Not a proper cuddle because he's not here, but it's the best I've got. I phoned up the local Build-A-Bear shop and I asked them if I could do it. And they said yeah. So I went down on his due date, which is the 24th of June. Went down on his due date and put the ashes in the teddy. And yeah, it's so the only bit of comfort that I've got. Go take him on walks. We'll have a Sands walk once a year around Camperdown Park to raise money for the Sands charity, and he comes with me for that, and he's just there if I need a cuddle, if I'm having a crap day, if I'm feeling a bit blue, if I'm feeling a bit low, he's just there. It just gives me a wee bit of comfort.